Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm ranting tonight. Generally, I go through the stories that you guys send in the Discord and say, hey, Royce, we want you to react to this. We want you to check this out. We want you to see what we are seeing in the world. Tonight, no, absolutely not. No, because I'm irritated. I am incredibly irritated, and I am absolutely just gonna I'm gonna crash out on this tonight. But before we get to me crashing out, let's take a moment for all the people in our lives who we think about every day, whether it's, us going through some hard times, other people going through some hard times. Let's say a quick prayer for those, because I think that is hugely important, especially in today's day and age. And we are going to get right into me crashing out over the marathon situation and just some of the disingenuous people out there. So, all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off tonight with a prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining the chat. We got Liu, we got Jane Schultz, we got Convoy Bebop, we got Genuine Comics. What's going on, everybody? So, by the way, Convoy, hit me up in text. Let me know, I haven't talked with you in a hot minute, dude. Hit me up in a text message and let me know kind of what your work schedule is so I know when to call you. Anyway, what's going on, Wrangler? All right, so here is the deal. This is kind of the thing that set me off today. So, Marathon, Bungie's new game. Bungie being the studio that created Halo, did the Halos, they did Destiny for a long time. Now they're doing this game called Marathon, right? Now when that game was first revealed, my goodness Lord, it looked bad. It did not look good. Now, they did a lot of recovery. I have my own personal conspiracy theory on that. We'll get into my conspiracy. Remind me at the end of the show what my conspiracy theory is with Marathon. But anyway, we need to talk about this. So it's day one. They did their server slam, which was basically like their open beta. It was a server stress test over the weekend. People came in, they hit some numbers, so on and so forth. So the game fully releases today for the $40 price tag that they're charging, right? Now, my wife is absolutely going to buy it. We've got some friends who are going to buy it and play it with her. I am not going to buy it and play it, and I have a reason behind that. I have a reason behind why I'm not playing it, and I'll just say straight up, they do teams of threes, right? If I want to play with my wife and our mutual friends, we would need at least teams of 6. I do not know what the fascination with modern day games is. Oh, you can only play with 2 other people. Dude, I don't know if you know this. I'm not a normal gamer. I have more than 2 friends. I have more than 2 people that I'd want to play games with. And oftentimes that just locks me out of playing games with people because it's my wife and I are both interested in a lot of the same games. And if you're going to play, the only game that we can play totally with all of our friends, believe it or not, as crappy as it is Call of Duty. And it sucks. Hey, what's going on, Rolando Ramirez? Hey, it's been a while. Nice setup. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, I redid this setup. I wanted a comfy chair to sit in. So I stole part of my sectional that we have in the basement. But anyway, so Marathon releases today, and a YouTuber who I watch and whose videos, a lot of videos I find very funny and just interesting. And he actually, so I was negative about the Fable game that's coming out on Xbox, and then I saw the developer direct, and then I was kind of excited about the Fable game that's going to come out. And then I saw this guy's video, and I was then negative again, and oh crap, they're gonna screw up Fable. They're gonna do it bad. So Fleekazoid. And I'm absolutely going to call this guy out. So Fleekazoid over on YouTube posts this to his community post here. And hopefully you guys can read it. He says, "We've never seen numbers like this. Marathon truly is a Concord level success. But who cares? Watch me talk about this instead." Post the thing. It says negative 67 players right now. My assumption, and then on top of that, this is from SteamDB, shows over here the Marathon Server Slam logo up in the top left here. And I'm like, where is he pulling these numbers? I hope he's just making a joke. I hope he's just making a joke too. This is a bad joke. And I notoriously don't understand like bad jokes. So, but even I'm like, okay, hold on. So I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. So I go over to SteamDB over here. And at the time, it was at its peak, right? It was at 86,000 players online. People coming in, people playing it. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I wonder what, like what people are saying about it. So I end up going over to Steam and looking at a lot of stuff. But if you actually look at how do I adjust charts by price history, metadata. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right up here. I'm not used to looking at this on a computer. I'm used to looking at this on a phone. The reviews, more reviews have come in. When I looked at this, it had 1,000 reviews today, and it was at a 78%. It has over 2,000 more reviews now than it did when I saw it first today, and it is at 84%. This is insane. It's getting, but apparently this is Concord 3, ladies and gentlemen, because obviously Highguard was Concord 2. But this is Concord 3, and it's just this woke feminist trash that's coming out, and nobody likes it. It's terrible. And yet, now I will say this. We're going to go into the player count and my full thoughts on the Bungie situation at the end. We're going to go into that. But when you get people out here who are pushing, it's just a Concord level success. And if you go look at those comments, a lot of people, they don't know that it's getting positively reviewed. They have no idea. They're not looking into this information themselves. They're mouth breathers following you. It's part of the reason that I stopped following a lot of it. I tell you, you know, the one that broke me the most? The one that broke me the most was Cabrutus. The guy who broke the, that woke ass company, Sweet Baby Inc. They're like Sweet Baby Inc. detected. Cabrutus really broke me of following a lot of people because back in the, when I think it was 2024, when Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong came out, Cabrutus makes this post on Twitter and he goes, the Game Awards are so woke that, or something like that, or the Game Awards can't accept manly games so much that they pretend that Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong don't exist. And then he shows the Game of the Year nominations. And I was going to make a video on this. I thought it was so interesting. I was like, no way. They didn't even nominate these games. So I go to the Game Awards website. Okay. And I scroll through all of the categories and I'm just like, if they really pretend that Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong don't exist, this is insane. No, actually turns out Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong were nominated. One of them was nominated for multiple awards. They just weren't nominated for Game of the Year. I hate when people use language like this. But it's not as much of a firebrand post online to be like, well, the game that I like it didn't get Game of the Year. That doesn't sound good. What sounds better to a lot of these people to get clicks and posts and stuff like that is to lie to people by using language saying, oh, they're pretending the game doesn't exist. Similar to how Fleekazoid right here is using language. We've never seen numbers like this. Marathon is truly a Concord level success. Last I checked, Concord never reached 86,000 players on its release and did not have an 84% approval rating. I cannot fucking stand people who are this disingenuous. Now again, the fucking Marathon. Sorry. Marathon. I'm not playing Marathon. And I don't plan on playing it. Predominantly because you can only go in as a 3-stack. And I'm sorry, my wife and I have several friends, and it would be nice for us. I mean, realistically, it'd be nice for us to have what Destiny had and be able to go into a 6 stack. But they only let you play with 2 other people. And we have more friends than that. And my wife, I would absolutely get down on this. I love Bungie gunplay. I'm sorry. Bungie has gunplay on lock. If you've never played a Bungie game and experienced their gunfighting, you're missing out. Here's what pisses me off is you get all these people that go on and they're like, we're fighting against the woke games. We're definitely crashing the industry. And when a game comes out that does not fit the narrative of being the next Concord, that doesn't fit the narrative of being the next woke hot trash that comes out, a lot of people will not back down from it. And not only that, when you call them out in it, they won't back down. So I see the Fleekazoid post because I'm subscribed to him, not on the account that I'm logged into right now. Like if he actually looks for a drink with Crazy, because I tagged him in my post that I made on YouTube. And I was like, dude, this is like, I can't follow people that lie. I don't like it when people lie. Like if you're willing to lie about this, what else are you willing to lie about? And I will get to all the chats and stuff. I promise, guys, I will get to all your chats. I just need to rant about this for a minute. I need to go through all this. Then I see old Timmy boy, Tim fucking Pool decides he's going to talk about Vigi games, which I know at one point in time, Tim paid attention to Vigi games, but I'm sorry. He's coming at this like he's some kind of a gamer still. And I had to stop the video because I realized I wanted to react to this live and point out his absolute stupidity and all of the media tactics that he will tell you about, that media companies use against you to get you to believe their narrative. He uses them here. He tastefully leaves out certain information. Let's get into this. Then I see this video, right? About how apparently, you know, Marathon is woke trashed. It's highly feminist. It's horrible. I'm not going to watch this whole video. This is 32 minutes long, but we're going to watch a little bit of it. So let's go over and let's hear what old Timmy boy has to say. Even though he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Feminism sucks.
Agreed.
And Marxism sucks.
Agreed.
And whatever we are experiencing now with woke aesthetic is one of the most miserable things I've ever seen. Most of you know this. It doesn't work. Nobody likes it. So the question is,
nobody likes it. So 80,000 players on Steam, 86,000 players on Steam, and you can roughly assume that the way that I look at this is you basically say, okay, 80,000 players on Steam, probably that many players on Xbox, probably that many players on PlayStation. That's concurrent players. Then it's probably safe to say that at least 3 to 5 times the amount of concurrent players, because to stay concurrent, some people can only log on for a bit and then they jump off and then they log on and jump off, right? So to say how many people actually bought the game, spent the $40 on the game, you probably have to multiply that by like 3 to 5x, right? Let's just say 3. Let's say 3. 3 is lowballing it. But let's say you've got 86,000 players. Let's just say 85. Just let's say a comfortable 85,000 players, okay? Which puts us somewhere in the neighborhood of like 250,000 players that are concurrent. And then you're probably, if you multiply that by, you're probably looking at 800 to 900,000 people. So they still haven't made 1 million sales. Not good for Bungie. But to sit here and say that Marathon is woke feminist trash, is Marxist trash, and that is something that I think Tim actually gets the definition correct here. Like woke is just, it's intersectional feminism Marxism. That's what it is. This is disingenuous, though.
how is it being propped up? Honest question. There's a new game coming out called Marathon.
It's not being propped up. People checked it out. They looked at it. They started playing it, and a certain amount of people like it.
And over at the subreddit Kotaku in Action, where they mock this woke feminism in video games and things of that nature, they say Marathon.
So he goes to a totally objective. He goes to a totally objective, totally fucking like we're just gonna look at the stats. We're gonna look at the numbers source, which is Reddit. Which, by the way, Tim mostly makes fun of Reddit.
That may very well destroy Bungie. Let's stop for a quick second. For the people who are saying, I don't know what this is, I'm not interested. This video that you're about to watch is about feminism and femininity overriding masculinity, becoming unappealing and destroying our culture. We are seeing it.
Which has happened. That's not a lie. But how is this in Marathon?
We have seen it all the time. So it's time to get woke feminism and social justice out of video games, said everybody in 2013, and only some people listened. So where are we at right now?
He is correct about that. He is.
I was watching last
100%.
night on Tim Castella's Uncensored show. We played 2 shorts from Overwatch, Blizzard's Overwatch.
Dude, go fuck yourself.
Dragons, an amazing short with 40...
He wants to talk about woke feminism, and he's bringing up Overwatch from Blizzard? Blizzard was one of the companies spearheading this.
6 million views. You know why? Because it was a story that anybody could watch, whether you liked the game or cared about the game or not. Another video, The Last Bastion. It's about a robot built for war and a tragic past being revealed. Not a single word is spoken, and it is a masterpiece. 26 million views. And this is what helped make Overwatch a massive success. Brand new IP.
So notice that he broke down the views of these videos that he likes for you. But wait just a minute. Wait.
Love to see it. They created new characters. People like the characters. I would argue that as of today, however, Overwatch is falling into this, being sucked into this woke, cringe aesthetic of Tumblr, which is no better exemplified in the video game called Concord. So I've got a lot to break down for you here. But the big picture is Gamergate lives on in all of us. But what I want to address with all of these things, and I implore you, ignore the esoteric. If you're not familiar with any of these IPs,
I will say this, his word salad has gotten so much worse over the years. It's hard to listen to him anymore. His word salad is terrible lately.
Just hear me out for the message that I seek to bring you. Because currently there are many issues happening in our gaming media, in our TV shows and movies that are very, very bad. And it's been bad for a long time. I'm not necessarily bringing up masculinity. End of story. So when you bring in these commie, purple-haired feminists and where we need to be, and why it's time for men to start doing push-ups again, and for characters to be big, busty, beautiful women, and also super ripped jack dudes, kind of like how Marvel Rivals does it.
Right.
So we've got this game Marathon coming out, which kind of inspired me.
I've got to read this. I really like this point here. The alternative media guys are becoming as bad as legacy media. The sensational slop is god-awful. How are they better than the game journalists? Dude, I don't know at this point.
To go into detail on this.
I don't know. And here's the thing is, like, my channel has absolutely suffered because I won't go along with a lot of the talking points. If I just would go along with the talking point, and here's the thing, sometimes I agree with the talking point. Guess what? My videos do well when I agree with the talking point. Sometimes I don't agree with the talking point, and my channel gets fucking punished for it because people don't want to click on something they don't agree with. Now, here's the problem. When you're on YouTube, if you have a video that does well, it will then show the next video that you do to more people. However, if that video does not get clicked on and doesn't get watched, YouTube will not show the following video to people because YouTube wants people on their platform. And that's fair. That's totally fucking fair. It's like, why are we wasting time, effort, energy, and resources on you if you're not going to keep people engaged with the content and they're clicking off? Makes absolute sense.
And some people are saying, like, this could be the end of Bungie. Bungie is the company that gave us Halo.
It could be the end of Bungie.
As well as Destiny. Destiny was a bit wacky, but ultimately worked out. I played Destiny, and Destiny 2 is unappealing a bit. Don't really play it all that often. And Marvel Rivals a little bit. I'm not a big video game person. I don't play video games all that much anymore. Don't really have time.
Yep.
That's how it goes,
That's
right?
fine. Yeah, you get to be an adult.
I do keep up a little bit.
That's fair.
And so seeing what Bungie is doing, it looks like they're going Concord again. And there's one...
How are they going Concord?
Really easy way to explain what that means.
No, watch.
The aesthetic of woke. The weird hair, the offensive, and doesn't work. And this is what's wrong with all of our culture today. People like stereotypes. Stereotypes are not all bad.
Yep, sorry, I'm fast forwarding.
This is the Marathon announcement trailer, which I think is just...
Notice he has it cut off right at the views. Right.
Horrifyingly bad. Came out 2 years ago.
Wait, no, he actually just went down to the views. But he doesn't actually comment on it. So if you're just listening and not watching,
character design is miserable. It's Concord level bad. And
this is from 2 years ago, by the way. The game doesn't look like this anymore. The game does not look like this today. This is the problem. This was from 2 years ago. The community came out and said, we don't like this.
Let's take a look. This is the Marathon.
The community came out and said, we don't like this. We want it to change. Bungie actually made the changes. Now, again, I still don't think it's going to be successful for Bungie and Sony specifically, but we're going to get into that.
Announcement trailer, which I think is just horrifyingly
right
bad.
There. Notice, he's like, this is so bad. Remember how he was talking about how many views those Overwatch videos had that he liked, and he mentioned that one of them had like 26 million views? This trailer has 22 million views down here. But he specifically does not note that it has 22 million views.
Ad came out 2 years ago. Just horrifyingly bad. Character design.
Yes, the one from 2 years ago. How about the fucking music video that they just released 2 fucking days ago, Tim? This is my problem. They're cherry picking information that is outdated, is no longer relevant. The game does not look like it did 2 years ago. They're equating it to Concord when it looks nothing fucking like Concord. It's dark, it's bleak. It's got this fog around it. If you actually look at the game, like, it's not this bright, happy fucking pink, purple fucking bullshit. No. It's got dark grays and blues and greens. And it very much does not look like it did 2 years ago. But you're getting these asshats out here who, for some fucking reason, instead of being like, man, when this first got released, this looked bad. Because it did. Marathon looked bad. When I saw what Marathon was doing, I was like, they deserve to fucking lose. But I kept following it, and it started looking better, and it started looking better. And then all of a sudden it started looking really good. And then I looked at my wife and I said, hey, babe, I know you're a PvP person. I know my wife loves Destiny 2 so much, and she didn't play Destiny 2 for very long. She fell in love with it so much. She has Destiny tattoos on her knuckles. She's got Destiny tattoos here on both hands because she loves that game so much. And I was like, babe, this is going to have PvP. That's what you enjoy. This is going to have that Destiny gunplay. It's from the guy. She was in the chat a minute ago. Metalhead Maiden. She was in the chat a minute ago, which, by the way, scroll up in the chat, find Metalhead Maiden, subscribe to her for her gaming content. I am going to get her set up to do streaming and stuff. Probably not on YouTube, probably on like Twitch and some other platforms. We're going to figure it out. But people have been asking her to stream, and so she's going to stream. And she's going to stream probably Call of Duty, Arc Raiders, and Marathon. And here's what's the problem. She's playing on an Xbox Series S, and she's bodying people. It's fucking great. She's really good at PvP. She understands PvP in a way that I do not. But moving on. But my wife is like, I love this game. She's like, this is fun. This is genuinely fun. It's not spitting out the woke feminist message, right? The Marxist message, right? And actually, if you listen to the lore, go check out the channel. My Name is Bife. He actually just did a lore video for Marathon today. Holy crap. This universe is like almost grim dark levels of dark, but used with like AI and stuff like that. It's like goes way past like cyberpunk. It's crazy. And so you have people out here who are trying to sustain this narrative that Marathon is a Concord level failure. Let's go look at these numbers again. I don't remember Marathon having an 84% approval. Let's refresh it right now. I don't remember Marathon having an 84% approval with 86,000 players total and 83,000 players live currently. And extrapolating that across all of the platforms, they're probably looking at 700,000 to 800,000 sales, give or take, roughly. If I had to guess, because we don't know all of the metrics. You can come down here. Where is the metadata that shows followers and reviews? Keep scrolling. User review history. I don't remember where to find. Oh, maybe they don't have it yet. Maybe they don't have the tracking data yet. But usually they'll say there'll be some people that speculate on how many approximately how many people have purchased the game. What pisses me off is that Marathon isn't even my type of game. It's not. I would play it if we could get into a 6-stack and I could play with my buddies and I could play with my wife in like a 6-stack and a larger, but they want to limit it to 3. All these fucking live services want to limit everything to 3, right? Arc Raiders is 3 people. I've heard great thing about Arc Raiders. Can't play it 'cause it's 3 people. If I want to play with my friends and my wife, guess what? We can't fucking do it because we can't go in larger teams than just 3 people. But to sit here and say that this game is pushing a Marxist message when you don't even fucking know the lore, to sit here and say that it is pushing a woke aesthetic by using the trailer from 2 years ago, that, by the way, 22 million views. Notice he never said anything about the views. And then also, they have radically altered the artwork to make it darker, to make it grittier, to make it look different. How are you going to sit there? And that's the problem that I have with Tim, is when Tim just wants to go with this narrative to sound fucking popular, he will use all of the same tactics in his phrasing and in his presentation that he tells you as a viewer to avoid. And because Tim taught me what to look for when I'm trying to snuff out the bullshit, it's real easy when he starts using the bullshit on me. And then you get the comedy YouTubers like Fleekazoid saying that, oh my gosh, it's Concord 2 at 86,000 players with an 8.4 review score on Steam, or an 84% review score on Steam. That doesn't sound, and it's gone up. It's gone up like 6 points. It's gotten more reviews since I looked at it earlier today, and the review score is climbing and going up. Concord didn't do that. Highguard did not do that. Dragon Age the Veilguard did not do that. They didn't climb. They didn't have review scores that came out day one in the 70s and then went up. Now, maybe over the weekend, it's going to ebb and flow and go up and down. But this narrative that it's a Concord 2 from these chuckle fucks online that I have subscribed to, that I follow, pisses me off. I know it's so easy to go and find the channels that you hate, to go and find the channels that are like, oh, they're obviously the opposition to me. So yeah, and it's easy to talk shit about them. You know what's not easy to talk shit about and actually maintain an audience online? Your own fucking side. I've had so many people over the years be like, but what about these other guys? I'm not talking about these other guys. I'm talking about the guys that I've put my time, effort, and energy into listening to, into subscribing to, into liking some of their shit. And then I see them lie to me. I put my trust in you as a content creator, as somebody that I enjoy listening to, and you're lying to me. Not only are you lying to me, you're doing it righteously. And it makes me think that you're no better than the people that I don't subscribe to, that I don't want to watch, because I know those people are liars. I know a lot of the people who push leftist intersectional feminism are liars. Why are you a liar too? Why are you framing a narrative? Presumably the truth will always win out. You shouldn't have to frame your narrative. Like I said, with this Chucklefuck Fleekazoid, I actually have loved a lot of his videos, and he's, again, I was I was really concerned about the Fable game. Then I saw the developer direct, and then I was like, oh shit, this looks really good. And then Fleekazoid did his video and kind of reminded me about all of the stuff that's in the original Fables, and I was like, oh shit, he's right. They're gonna fuck Fable up, aren't they? They're really so now I'm not even looking forward to it. But when I see people lie to me about these, well, it's just a video game, or it's not just a video game. It's someone's integrity. How can I trust what you are telling me? As somebody who, it's not my job to review games. It's not my job to review media. I do this for fun. I do this to hang out with my chat. When I actually sit down, record videos, and I write scripts and stuff like that, which hasn't happened in a while. I need to get the motivation to do that. And that's a me thing. That's a creative outlet for me. This doesn't pay my bills. This pays their bills. And the problem is when they come out and they lie to you blatantly like this. How can you trust them when they're lying to you about a fucking video game they don't need to lie to you about? They could just be honest about it. Well, Royce, it's just their opinion. It's just their opinion. Opinion does not trump objective fact. You know, a guy got real famous online there back about, 10 years ago for saying facts don't care about your feelings. And when I see people coming out presenting their feelings over fact, I have a problem with it. I have a problem with a lot of it. I'm sitting here defending a game I don't even fucking play. I'm sitting here defending a game saying this is not the type of game that I would play unless they opened it up to like a 6-stack or something so I could play with my wife and my friends. I downloaded the Server Slam. I fucking downloaded it. Watched a lot of gameplay, checked it out, and realized, I'm going to play my CRPG. I'm going to play Solasta instead. I didn't think I was going to say a thing on this channel about Marathon because it just isn't my game. But now I'm here defending something I'm probably not even going to play because people are blatantly lying to you about it. And I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose is about lying about a video game is. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it bothers me to my core. Now, in an article that was written over here, I like this website. We'll see what this is. But Marathon launches to an underwhelming 85K concurrent players, despite topping the Steam's bestseller charts. The Steam bestseller charts are relative to that week. If nothing has been selling that week, then yes, it's going to top the bestseller charts because it's the best-selling game of that week. They do a reset, and that's what people don't understand about the game. But let's scroll down here, right? So following plenty of back and forth, Marathon is now officially available worldwide. Bungie's first new release since Destiny 2 marks the team's shift to extraction shooter gameplay, leading to cautious optimism among gamers worldwide. With many writing off Marathon even before it was released, the game always had its doubters, and it did because it looked bad, it looked like trash, and it looked like they were abandoning their audience that they built up over years. However, it seems the title isn't doing much to prove them wrong. Bungie's extraction shooter has accumulated just over 85,000 concurrent players on Steam. Why it matters. Okay, even the recently released Slay the Spire 2 is outperforming Marathon's day one numbers by quite a huge margin. Is that... I've seen Slay the Spire 2 touted around, but is that an extraction shooter live service? Is that a live service game, or is Slay the Spire 2 not a live service? Would somebody check that out, chat? If you guys are following me, chat, is Slay the Spire 2 a live service game? But anyway, SteamDB shows that Marathon's concurrent player count has peaked at about 86,718 players on day one. Yes. Okay, Marathon also topped the Steam bestsellers charts on launch, making it a trending title on the platform. The game is even beating out the critically acclaimed Resident Evil Requiem for now. Yes. As for the player count, the numbers are certainly lower than expected, even with the $40 price tag. In the past, paid multiplayer games like Helldivers 2, Arc Raiders performed much better at launch, so the same was thought to be possible for Marathon. That was the hope, right? Okay, the saving grace here is that the extraction shooter might put better numbers on the board once the weekend rolls around. Potentially. For now, the big question is whether Bungie is able to sustain this momentum moving forward and grow the existing player base of the game. If the games like Destiny and Destiny 2 are any indication, the team will support Marathon for many years to come, so all hope is not lost. Here's what the article fails to mention. This is what the article fails to mention, and this is what needs to be mentioned. Bungie was purchased by Sony years ago for about $3.6 billion. Okay. Then on top of that, they supported the development studio for Destiny and the stuff that they've been doing since then and for Marathon. So Sony has invested over $4 billion into Bungie at this point. That is a lot of money. The question is, will this game grow to it? Now, everybody knows live services have been failures lately. Why? Because people don't fucking like to play live services. Okay. Most of them are hot trash. A couple of them are okay. But the fact of the matter is if you just don't have a good cohesion and it doesn't have a good, if the game doesn't like promote like good community, like interaction, like Arc Raiders does a very good job. I talk with a buddy of mine all the time. He'd be playing Arc Raiders and he'll be like, friendly. Nope. Oh, you're good, dude. No, you're cool. You know, it'd be like, nah, don't worry about it, man. You didn't kill me. It's fine. I appreciate you, man. I'm just trying to get some XP and get out of here. Yeah, have a good day. I hear my buddy have these conversations in ARC. It promotes a very good community, friendly player atmosphere. And that's super freaking cool to hear. The question is this live service game going to do this? And if it doesn't, it's not. But is Marathon going? And I don't think that Destiny 2 has actually been, I'm not sure if it's been profitable in a while. Destiny 2 has been really struggling. So Sony is looking at this company that they were promised was going to make them crap tons of money, which they were sold up the river on that. Bungie was never going to make them this kind of money, right? They were sold up the river. But is Marathon going to save Bungie as a company, knowing that there's like a $4 billion price tag hanging over their head? Now, with 86,000 players concurrent on this system, on Steam, you can extrapolate that out, multiply that by 3. You're looking at 270,000 players, give or take. I don't think that is going to be enough to save Bungie because of like the $4 billion price tag hanging over their head. That being said, Sony is not Tencent. Sony will sink money into something for fucking years. And if you've ever followed Bungie's history, you will know Bungie comes out, they're kind of lackluster, and then they do some shit that people are just like, "Ugh," and like you're foaming at the mouth to play it. And they've done this with Destiny, God knows how many times. They did it with Halo too. Not Halo 2 the game, but they've done it with Halo as well, right? They scraped by. I don't know how they scraped by on Halo. They did the hat trick on Halos 1, 2, and 3. But again, if you follow Bungie's history, they're kind of notorious for doing not so well and then just coming out of the gate swinging. And then they do really, really bad, and then they come out the gate. So it's like it's every other year or every other few years cycle. The question is, with that $4 billion price tag hanging over their head, are they going to be able to make Marathon successful enough to offset that cost? With the numbers that we are seeing on day one, no, I do not believe so. And I think that's where the honest conversation starts. Is Marathon a Concord 3 or a Concord 4? No, it's fucking, of course it's not. And that's disingenuous to say. And that's for people who have not paid attention and who don't fucking know what they're talking about. Is it enough to offset the $4 billion cost, the purchase of the company, the development cost for Destiny 2, the development cost for Marathon, all of that? Is it enough to do that? No. Can Bungie come out with this game and then here in a while when they say, our next big update's coming out, check this out, and all of a sudden it breaks the internet? Because they've done it before. I played Witch Queen. I was there for that. That was wild. Witch Queen was fucking wild. I bowed out before we got to Beyond Light and all that. And I heard Beyond Light was not good. But then also the expansion after that was very good. The Final Shape. Yeah. So again, can Bungie do the Bungie thing where they actually pull out all the stops in the future? I don't know. I don't know what team is left there. I haven't paid attention to them that much to know who is still there in the talent department, who is going to make, who's doing the writing for Marathon, who's doing the design elements for it. But to come out and say that Marathon is like Concord or Highguard is disingenuous, purposefully deceitful, and meant to lie to their audience for clicks. And I hate that shit. You can still say you don't think that Marathon is going to pull Bungie out of the massive financial hole that they're in. That's fair to say. But to equate it to games who legitimately could not maintain an audience, no. That's not fair. That's wrong. If you guys are checking out the VOD, thank you so much. If you guys like what I had to say, type down below. If you don't like what I had to say, also type down below. I might go in there and shit talk you. I have zero patience. I absolutely war in my comments section. If you really liked what I had to say, share it. Super awesome. The algo likes the share. But I'm going to go back to my live chat right now and talk with my live chat because I haven't been talking with them. What's going on, live chat? Oh, man. Got a bunch of stuff in here that I absolutely missed. What's going on? Conspiracy theory reminder logged. Oh, yeah. So my conspiracy theory for Marathon is, remember they got accused of that whole stealing art from that person? So my personal conspiracy theory, this is just a fun little thought that I had because it's fun. This is not based in reality. I made this shit up because I think it's fun and it's my own personal headcanon. I think the person was called Anti-Real. I think that Bungie knew they needed more time to make Marathon better, and Sony wasn't going to give it to them. And so they were like, hey, just find somebody's art that we can just slap in the game and then have somebody leak that their art's in the game so we can have the stolen accusations so we can get more time with the game. That is my headcanon. I think that the whole Anti-Real thing was a Bungie op. They literally were just like, yeah, just find somebody's art, put it in the game. Cool, awesome. Have somebody from the team leak that shit to somebody, so they get in trouble for it now because Sony can't release a game with stolen assets in it because then they owe billions of dollars to somebody. And so then they fix that shit, and then that's just my personal headcanon. It's probably not true, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Marathon is not an intriguing name for a game. It harkens back to the original Marathons that came out before Halo. Marathon was a game franchise before Halo. Sunday through Thursday night, usually 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. Sunday through Thursday night, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. Wait, is that when you can talk? I don't know. Hey, man. Been a while. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, Fleek. Hope you just made. Yeah. Metalhead Maiden. Marathon was a blast, and I will continue playing it. That's for sure. Convoy Bebop says, I like it. I don't think it's better than Ark, but the game is tuned to totally different players. Marathon is definitely more PvP aspect because that's just Bungie's legacy. Absolutely. I like Ark for PvA, player versus PvA. Do you mean player versus environment? Or do you mean PvE? Yeah, player versus... aspect, but I enjoyed Marathon when I played it during the Server Slam, and I plan on buying it tomorrow when I get home. Yeah, Ark and Marathon really only have the extraction that is similar. Absolutely. They are different and shouldn't be compared truthfully. No, they shouldn't, and a lot of people have said that. They shouldn't be compared. Absolutely. No, and they shouldn't be compared because they're totally different games. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm. Oh my gosh. The way that you spelled that is hilarious. Oh, what's going on, Jersey James? Everybody compares Ark out to Tarkov and to Delta Force Arena. Yeah, and so on. Reddit is to be treated like Wikipedia. You need a gallon of water to counter how much salt. Yeah, it's. I can't believe he went to fucking Reddit like that. The fact that Tim Pool's like, I'm going to go to the Reddit brainers to prove my point just shows how flimsy his point actually is. Thanks for the entertainment, Royce. I appreciate you, man. The recent weather has wrecked me. Oh, man, most of the time I forgot I have 16 rods in my back, but when the humidity spikes, it reminds. Oh, my goodness. False righteously, Royce. Truth righteousness cannot be based in lies. No, it can't. Dude, I hope that you're feeling better, Mario Trujillo. I did not know that you had that many rods in your back. Oh, my God. That is insane. Destiny 1 and 2 had some legitimately awesome gameplay, had its problems, but had its strengths too. From what I'm seeing, dude, Marathon, the gameplay of Marathon looks absolutely awesome. It really freaking does. The gameplay of Marathon definitely looks solid. I don't understand where this is coming from. Where this idea that it's all, yeah, scoliosis sucks. Oh, shit, I didn't know you had scoliosis. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely insane. How people can just sit there and blatantly lie. And again, it's not even my type of game. It's not even a game that I want to fucking play. Again, if they... hey, you guys can have parties of up to 6. Fuck yeah, I will play it because I will jump into it with my wife and my friends and we'll have a good time. We'll have a ball. But 3 people is just not enough to go and hang out and have that community aspect with everybody. It's just not. I have more people that I could play multiplayer games with. My line is like 4 people. You can, for a multiplayer game, a minimum of 4, right? And then, sky's the limit after that. Maybe I should check it out. I thought they bungled their marketing, but the little bit I did see didn't look terrible. Dude, honestly, I mean, so if you buy it on Steam, you can always return it within 2 hours. So if you buy it, you play it, and you don't like it within 2 hours, return it. If you have Steam. But dude, I mean, it genuinely looks good. Like, so if I go to... we're going to go, let me go back to YouTube here real quick. And then we're going to, I'm going to type in, so Astacross is, he's a Destiny YouTuber and I like his, I just like Astacross. I think he's fun, but let's show you guys some gameplay, right? Let's show you guys some, I was actually watching this video. Hold on a sec. It's going to,
hi boy.
Yep. All right. Let's just show you what some of the gameplay looks like from Astacross, because I think that this is very valuable information to check out.
Boys, we going in. It is now time. Good luck to everybody. If you see me and kill me, you're banned. No, I'm just kidding. Depends on how much shit I got, though. Oh my God, it put us in. Okay. All right.
I do like that.
No!
I do.
All right, guys, let's take a look here. We are going to play Triage.
Let's redefine.
And then we're going to do... I'm probably going to go in with this V11 right here.
That's cool. You guys want to play a game?
Let's get into some gameplay. Let's
going in loaded our antivirus with me. So if y'all see one, please grab it. Just in case.
But again, just so you guys can see the gameplay, see what we're talking about. I mean, are you going to tell me this looks bad? Are you honestly going to tell me this gameplay that we're watching right now looks bad? Yeah. Looks like woke slop trash. Looks like Concord 2.0, Concord 3.0. Are you going to tell me that what's going on here right now?
Waiting for the extraction.
Looks bad.
I'm hacking.
Does this look like woke Concord
I'm gonna
colors?
sit on top high ground because there's gonna be a bunch of chucking guys.
Like,
chunky guys.
I don't understand. Like, this looks like solid Bungie gameplay. It's dark. It's not. I mean, yes, they do have, you know, primary colors in there, but they're not bright primary colors depending on the lighting that you're in.
Okay, we need a purple.
Like Andrew Knapp, I'm calling you out in the chat. What do you think of this? What do you think this looks like right now? Like,
I'm that
right? Looks like they're fighting some ads. They're not fighting, you know, dude. Oh, that's a dude. You know?
Killing me.
But again, you run in, you got your team of boys with you. Or like, in my case, it'd be like my wife and like a friend of mine, you know. But
I think cancel this.
just people are fucking lying about this.
Rider. He's down.
Like,
Just make sure you heal.
I mean, this looks like a solid multiplayer experience to me.
I'm separated.
I mean, I'm not super huge into the multiplayer stuff anymore because I've been playing first-person shooters since the N64, 007, GoldenEye.
Oh my god.
Then I played God knows how many hours of Halo, and then I played how many hours of Call of Duty. And I've tested other first-person shooters over the years, but come and gone.
Good shit, bros. Good shit.
1 HP.
This just looks like classic Halo with updated graphics. That's what I'm saying. Now I played the server slam. That was.
You have
that
your
shit
ult
was
No.
so buns. What does that mean? No, I played the server. That shit was so buns. What do you mean that shit was so buns? What are you talking about?
If you can get them off or not?
Rephrase that. That is. Plays Odd Job, didn't you? Yeah, the fucking little dude.
Dude, I
absolutely.
not
Smaller hitbox.
window
Walking
right
around
here, Chad.
corners.
Oh my god, it's that
The little
easy, what
person, the midget. You allowed to say midgets now in 2020? Yeah, I played it here. Of course I did. Why would you not?
The other body's here.
Why would you not?
You have a blue shield for one of you guys.
It's great.
I'm just yoinked it.
Again,
if you want,
for people sitting here being
I
like,
did
this
pick up
just
one already.
looks like
we can loot the
Concord.
event now.
No, it doesn't.
Just watch
You're
out
you're
before
fucking
round.
lying if you say that it does.
Oh, get
Is
the
it
long
going to
shot,
dig
guys.
Bungie out of the financial hole that they're in after the Sony acquisition?
Somebody take it, I'm not taking
Not
it.
with the numbers that we
Take it,
saw
bro.
today.
Go for it.
I doubt it's going to
If
do
you guys
that.
care, there is
But
a
like, we can be
weapon
honest about it. It doesn't look that bad.
right over here.
But also,
It's a
is it
hard
going to
one.
attract that? No,
Let's
because
get
I'm going to
it.
be honest.
I'm
There's
gonna
just
look
a
in
lot
the
of
building.
people who
Do you
just
see instructions on the map?
this type
I
of
honestly
gameplay is
regarded
just not for them.
Regarded it
But you're
so-
not going to sit here and
people,
fucking
players.
tell me that this is Concord 3.0 or whatever. So, if you guys haven't seen any gameplay of this game, and me showing it to you just now, and all you've heard is that this is Concord 3.0, what do you think? Just like another FPS shooter, and I can't be bothered, but that's the worst I could say if I was trying to be critical. No, and you know, and that's totally fair, because it does look like another FPS, yeah. You know, and it does look like another first-person shooter. Of course it does. You know why? You know why? Because it's a fucking first-person shooter. I wonder why it looks like a first-person shooter. Some type of game either. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they've got to compete with, is like, for the people who like the first-person shooter genre is like their game. Like, I realized, I don't know, I tried the questing and I had no interest in it. Well, and that's the thing, is like, this game is not a questing game. This game is this game is, you're going to get in with your friends, you're going to get in and you're going to go and you're going to shit wreck people in PvP. I was over it so quick. Yeah. Did you go in with friends, and were you going into it for like the PvP? Because most of the people that I know that are enjoying this are going in for PvP, and they're going in to just shit wreck people. They're just like, all right, I'm gonna shake off the rust. I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna dominate. And those are the people who I'm seeing are having fun with this game. Like my wife, that is her mentality. That's what she wants to do. If you are gonna PvP against my wife, she's going to kill you. She's going to win, and she's going to laugh at you when you get mad at her, and it's kind of funny, actually. It's really funny. But again, if that's not your mentality with this game, you're not going to have fun. And like I said, I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's another first-person shooter. Could I get into it? Probably. Am I gonna dedicate my time to it? Nah. No. Again, if they had bigger parties, if you'd let me squat up with my wife and our friends and like have like 6 people parties, I would buy it tomorrow. I would buy it tomorrow and download it to my PC tomorrow. If I knew that I could jump into a PvP game where I could play with my wife and a bunch of our friends. But I can't do that. We just have too many people. A good sniper for these types of games. Yeah. Oh, my wife learned how to snipe. Here's what's so funny. So you've seen my wife in the chat a little while back, Metalhead Maiden. And like I said, I'm going to set her up to stream and all that. So you guys can go hang out with her in her streams and stuff like that. We're just getting everything. But because Call of Duty did an update and totally screwed up on her computer, she's now playing on an Xbox Series S with a controller that's got a ton of stick drift on it, and it is just broken. And she is quick scoping people in Call of Duty, and people are saying, we're going to report you for hacking and cheating. And she's like, go for it. I'm an Xbox Series S with a broken controller. And she is shit wrecking these people. It's kind of scary. I did not know that she was going to be a PvP sweat. Oh, she's going to be a PvP sweat. She is a PvP sweat. That's what she is. Andrew Knapp, they criticize the art style, but I disagree. This was a unique choice and is visually distinctive. It is strange, but it is visually interesting. Again, when they first released it though, dude, it did look bad, but they've changed it. That's what I had such a problem with Tim Pool's video saying that, like, look at this. This came out 2 years ago. It's like, you fucking cock. Look at what it looks like now. Someone said, I had my brother tanking and I was the healer guy. We had success early, but got over it and getting wiped out in the 4th round. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it makes sense. Bungie's biggest hurdle is the FPS cycle has shrunk in the last decade. Well, yeah, because there's too many of them. And not only are there too many of them, but there's too many mediocre first-person shooters. Like, if you're going to be a first-person shooter, you need to be the best first-person shooter. You just do. And as much as I fucking hate to say it, that still tends to be COD. Like, I even tried playing Battlefield 6 with my buddy. They did their beta test. I jumped in on the first weekend with my boy Matt, and we played. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not spending $70 on this. $40 for Marathon, I would be more likely to purchase Marathon than I would be Battlefield 6, because that $70 price tag for what Battlefield 6 offered, it just wasn't there. That's not $40 for Marathon. Yeah, I can see it. But again, you'd need to have a party. You'd need to have parties of 6 so I could jump in there with a bunch of people. Instead of this teams of 3 shit. I fucking hate teams of 3. It's fucking stupid. I don't know why all these games are doing teams of 3. But FPS expectations. Oh wait, did I read that out? Did I say thank you for the super chat? No, that was a super chat I read from Andrew Knapp earlier for $5. Thank you, dude. I can't believe, man. Thank you for the $5. I was just reading what you were said. I'm on a rag right now. For those of you who get that joke, it's funny. Just shut up. That's funny. FPS expectations are really strong. If you try something different, it's really risky. But if you do the same thing, it's boring. Exactly. I will say this one thing that I absolutely, dude, I love Bungie gunplay, dude. Bungie, that's one thing you can't be like, well, the gunplay wasn't. Nah, fuck off. Yeah, you don't. You go take that and go fuck yourself with that comment, because no, Bungie does gunplay impeccably well. They always fucking have. Whether it was Halo or it's Destiny or it's Marathon, the gunplay is just solid in these games, right? Also, the mainline titles have Amber Heard from their latest installments. What? Oh, heck yeah. Bungie is amazing. Yeah, they were. Again, they... Mario, forget the joke. Okay, I'm glad you got the joke. Oh. Amber Heard at the bed. Got you. Okay, yeah. For 343 Studios, now Halo Studios. Yeah, no, absolutely. They've totally shit the bed. That's fucking hilarious. I've never heard it put that way. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. But no, guys, I wanted to talk about that tonight and talk about the disingenuous actors around this, because I don't like when people lie to me. I got it before you commented, Mario. I don't like when people lie to me. I don't like when people tell me that a game is something that it's not, just because they're trying to force this narrative. And I'm going to be really honest with you. This is not a Highguard situation, because Sony doesn't pull money away the way that Tencent does. Highguard was funded by Tencent. When Tencent sees something is not working, they pull their money immediately. When Sony sees that something isn't working, they will put hundreds of millions of dollars into it for years. And if that track record holds, Marathon is going to run for a long time. And guess what? They're probably going to have their highs and lows, and they might even release a thing that's just like the super mega buddy fucking thing, and you can play 6 people now, and we've got this crazy awesome puzzle raid thing and blah blah blah. And like, they might come out with something that kind of pulls from that Bungie history, and they inject it into this game, and it puts them on top for a little bit. And by a little bit, 5, 6, 7 months. And then they lull back down, right? And then people are like, well, fuck, dude, I'm not giving up on the game. I'm just waiting for their next big holy fucky fuck thing that they come out with. And then all of a sudden they come out and bam, and you're just like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. Bungie does this. They're just so weird. They're the weirdest company ever. It's like their lows are low, but man, their highs are highs. Oh, Destiny style raids in this game? Oh. Where you're trying to go in at a raid against other teams and ads. Oh, dude, Destiny style raids in this could slap. Could absolutely slap. And they could do it. It's not like they don't know how. It's not like that team's not. Their raid team was talented as shit. Bungie's raid team was fucking great. So, my hair's getting so long. I have made the decision, people, by the way, and I want all of you to hold me to this, because I think it's something that I want to be held to. I will be growing my hair out to donate it. I have not grown my hair out in a very long time to donate it. And instead of just growing it out arbitrarily, I figure if I'm going to grow it out, I might as well. Because usually I get to a point where it gets really annoying and I want to cut it. But so I don't cave and cut my hair. I want to donate it. So you guys hold me to that. Be like, hey, if we see short hair Royce within the next probably year and a half, realistically, because it's got to be 12 inches. But if you see short hair Royce show up, I have failed and I have not done the thing that I said I want to do it, and I want to do it for other people. And if I can't even just do the one thing that's the most natural thing on the planet, which is just not cut my hair, so I can donate it to some little kids going through some shit, then I am a failure and I deserve to be mocked for it. But yeah, so the hair's gonna get long. Yeah, she's gonna get long. Think of the bald children. Well, I mean, they're only bald because they have cancer. Give me a few more years and I will need to accept your donation, right? I mean, if I am anything like my dad, I should have a full head of hair well into my 50s and 60s. Both of my grandfathers had pretty decent heads of hair, and they were in their 70s and 80s when they died. So, all right, guys, my marathon rant is over. Don't believe the liars. Check things out for yourself. That's not the button I wanted to hit. Don't believe the liars. Check things out for yourself. Be the unpopular person, not because you want to have unpopular edgelord opinions, but because you want to be honest and truthful with people. And being honest and truthful, you probably ain't going to get the clicks. You're just not. But it's better to be honest. And hopefully, I was able to show you guys tonight why what some of the media is saying whether it's new media or legacy media is saying about Marathon is just not true. What they should be talking about is whether or not Marathon is going to be enough of a success to pay off that $4 billion price tag that's hanging over Bungie's head. That is a valid criticism. But this game is not a Concord, and this game is not a woke piece of slop art trash. Those are lies. Those are fictitious. Call out the liars. And then ask yourself, if they're willing to lie about a video game, what else are they willing to lie about? I've been the unpopular one for all of my life, so the trend shall continue. Hail! Jane Schultz, yes. Absolutely. Have a good night, Rose. God bless you, wonderful edgelord. I'm an edgelord. Well, thank you for the God bless. God bless you too, man. Hey, I hope your back feels better, dude. I do, Mario. Thank you guys for hanging out. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all being here. And as always, until next time, cheers, everybody.